What's up, Guardians? Profane here. Thanks for checking out the video. As you go to build your weapon loadouts here in the third act of Heresy, I implore you to consider using a wildly underrated exotic fusion rifle. The Delicate Tomb was released back in Season of the Plunder, and thanks to the addition of several new artifact mods like Particle Reconstruction, coupled with this exotic's amazing Intrinsic Perks and Catalyst, the Delicate Tomb has never been stronger. So if you've left this beast sitting in your vault, it's time you pull it out, especially if you're running an arc-centric build. Across the entire community of Destiny, the Delicate Tomb is only getting used by 0.85% of players, and it comes in as the 8th most popular exotic right now, but I believe it deserves to be much higher on that list. It's an arc fusion rifle that has a charge time of 500 milliseconds. Fusion rifles have a lot of powerful synergy with our new artifact, thanks to the Unstoppable Fusion Rifle mod and Particle Reconstruction. This provides a stacking bonus in fusion rifle damage as you apply sustained damage. This starts as a 5% bonus, but it builds up to a 25% increase in damage. As you continue to apply damage with a fusion rifle, you will have a portion of your magazine refilled from reserves. This mod has allowed exotics like the Queenbreaker to really stand out as top tier options for weapon damage, and even though the Delicate Tomb isn't really designed for single target damage, this fusion rifle will tear into mobs of enemies, high value targets, and champions with ease. It comes with a Trader's Vessel intrinsic trait, which causes the bolts from this weapon to come out in a horizontal spread, as opposed to a tight cluster like you would see with most fusion rifles. This can allow its bolts to be fanned at wide angles, allowing you to hit several enemies with one shot, but this will only be when it's fired from the hip, which we are incentivized to do, because this weapon will deal 20% extra damage from hip fire. As you defeat enemies with this weapon, Ionic traces will be created. This has a smaller chance of happening whenever defeating low-ranking enemies, but Ionic traces are guaranteed whenever defeating high-ranking targets. When an Ionic trace is picked up, this weapon's second intrinsic perk will kick in. Tempest Cascade will overpower this weapon's next round of bolts, giving them a 100% bonus in damage, and they will even jolt enemies on contact, giving us an incredible advantage in terms of crowd control, and it gives this weapon the ability to stun overload champs, which is a benefit that would persist even when using the Unstoppable Artifact mod. With the Delicate Tomb's Catalyst unlocked, you will get 4 rounds of ammo put right back into your magazine whenever collecting an Ionic trace, and that's going to pair up very nicely with Particle Reconstruction. With 2 separate functions returning ammo to us, we'll be able to lay out a bed of sustained fire without having to worry about constantly reloading. There's a number of ways that we can create Ionic traces. Spark of Ions or Facet of Awakening are just 2 of the more common options. And with the Elemental Siphon artifact mod equipped, we could create Ionic traces from rapid funnel blows whenever we have an arc super equipped. More Ionic traces will result in more ability energy, and as we already stated, they'll give us a massive bonus in damage. A big focus with our new artifact mod is bolt charges, and those are going to have a lot of strong synergy with the Delicate Tomb, especially when using the Dielectric mod, which builds up stacks of bolt charges as we defeat enemies who've become jolted or blinded. We've also got the Flashover mod equipped, so whenever we set off a bolt charge, it's going to deal 150% extra damage. Pairing the Delicate Tomb with a Storm's Keep Titan build or a Gifted Conviction Hunter build could see you becoming a fountain of bolt charges. With the Delicate Tomb having the ability to stun 2 different types of champions, the Defibrillating Blast mod could also be a great mod to run. Whenever a champion is stunned, a bolt charge will be set off. The bolt charge will jolt all nearby enemies, which will feed right back into our abilities and our aforementioned artifact mods, helping us create more Ionic traces and build up more bolt charges. And when those champions are stunned, we will gain 55 points of health back, so if champions are present, this is definitely a mod to have equipped. The Delicate Tomb has been a powerful exotic ever since it was released, but here in Heresy, it has truly become an S-tier weapon. So if you haven't checked out the amazing power of the Delicate Tomb, it's about time you do so. And once you have, let us know what you think. Thank you as always for checking out the video. If you enjoyed and found it helpful, then be sure to hit that like button below, along with the subscribe button if you're new. Both are greatly appreciated, and both really do help support the channel. If you need help putting together a good build to go with the Delicate Tomb, then be sure to check out my Mobalytics link. And until next time, Guardians, this has been Profane, wishing you all some happy hunting.